Hola, ¿qué tal, gente? Bienvenidos al canal, bienvenidos al comienzo de una nueva aventura. Bienvenidos al comienzo del Let's Play de Red Dead Redemption. Como siempre, antes de comenzar, primero agradecerles por gastar un poquito de su tiempo por aquí en el canal y por acompañarme en el inicio de una nueva aventura, y una aventura con letras mayúsculas, ¿eh? Comenzamos este Red Dead Redemption que pues hace poquito que salió ese port para consolas actuales, excepto PC, bueno, toda esa polémica que se armó. Pero nosotros vamos a jugar la edición de PlayStation 3, que la tengo aquí, ¿vale? Tengo la edición GOTY, la edición Game of the Year, que pues viene con ese DLC de Undead Nightmare también, ¿vale? Bueno, al igual que ese port que salió hace poquito, a día que estoy grabando esto, ¿vale? ¿Por qué no estamos jugando esa versión nueva? Porque pues el precio me parece excesivo, personalmente, a precio de salida. Me parece excesivo y pues teniendo esta versión de PlayStation 3, pues no tenía sentido comprarlo nuevamente. Bueno, aclarado eso, también sé que esta versión de PlayStation 3 es como la menor, por así decirlo. Es la que peor rendimiento tiene de la antigua generación. Pero bueno, lo vamos a disfrutar de todas formas. Y lo vamos a pasar muy, muy bien porque es un juego increíble. Poniéndonos ya un poco en contexto, somos John Marston, quien, bueno, antes, como vieron, el juego es de Rockstar Games. Como dije, somos John Marston, estamos en 1911 y pues John es chantajeado por los federales para ir en busca de su antigua banda y pues acabar con ellos. Aquí da inicio nuestra aventura y pues las cositas se van a poner un tanto complicadas, como es de esperarse, y pues nada, vamos a comenzar. Estuve revisando, bueno, ahí tenemos el multijugador. Estuve revisando antes de empezar. Y bueno, tenía mi partida. La última vez que jugué esta versión fue el 2021, hace muchísimo tiempo. Creo que decía febrero, creo que era. Enero, febrero de 2021. Vale, aquí tenemos normal, extremo, que es elimina todas las ayudas de apuntado y el Dead Eye. Y aquí tenemos el DLC de pesadilla de los no muertos. Pero vamos a jugar en normal, ¿vale? Vamos a disfrutar esta aventura. Vamos allá. Los dejo con la intro, ¿eh? No se ha encontrado una partida. Sí, sí, crear nueva partida. En la intro yo voy a quitar la cámara porque es muy top ahí para que la disfruten, ¿vale? Vamos allá.
for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other. And who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Ve a la taberna. Vale, mueve el stick izquierdo para caminar, el derecho para mirar a tu alrededor. Bueno, ahí como pudieron ver en la intro, pudimos ver conversaciones de la gente que iba llegando aquí a Armadillo, como dijo ahí la señora, Armadillo. Y bueno, son personajes que nos vamos a ir encontrando. Auriculares, sí, a medida que avancemos, ¿vale? Efectos de sonido, vamos a bajarle un poco la música para que no opaque todo lo que es diálogos y tal. Y así, vale. Imagen. Saturación. Vale. Tiene trucos, ¿eh? Y vale. Ok. Como ven, sí, aquí quito la cámara. Ahí dice dinero y tenemos los días de la semana con un reloj, ¿vale? Porque también hay ciclo día y noche. Y bueno, como les comenté, esta versión... Para correr mantén pulsado X. Para sprintar pulsa repetidamente X. La versión de PlayStation 3 es como la más flojita, por así decirlo, en rendimiento. Pero pues es la que tengo. El punto del mapa indica un objetivo en la misión. Ve hacia... vale, en el mapa y acércate a la X. Amigo, ¿está bien? Va, pero pedísimo. Va, pero pedísimo.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Sigue a Jake hasta los caballos. Vale, como ven, incluso tiene como bajones de frames a veces. Pero bueno. Uy, qué lindo el cielo, ¿eh?
Alrighty, Mr. Marston, let's get.
Arriba, permiso, señorita. Señorita, permiso. Vale, acompaña a Jake a Fort Mercer. Para espolear el caballo y acelerar, vale, R1 para frenar. Bueno, lo de espolear es lo mismo, con manteniendo X pues trotas y apretando repetidas veces corres.
That's right. Ain't taken nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk round those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as no serrated back tooth.
Sociable con una muela
I ain't
picada.
one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Qué placer volver a Red Dead.
Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves' Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hole up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all? Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Yeah. You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
I'll tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Almost there, Mr. Marston. Just over this hill.
Vale, con el círculo nos centramos en eventos que podamos ir viendo en... Vale. Fort Mercer.
Whoa there.
Hey.
Listen, mister. This here is what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Acércate a Fort Mercer.
Bill! Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Bueno, partimos con el pie izquierdo. Nuevos amigos, viejos problemas.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
Trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. You see my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you. For saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.
Bien. Reúnete con Bonnie. Tenemos otra oportunidad, ¿eh? No morimos. Eso es bueno.
Mr. Marston, back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here.
La sigo, la sigo. Vale, ahí estoy manteniendo círculo y pues la cámara
There's the
enfoca a Bonnie.
foreman's office. It's also where we
Ahora el
lock
calabozo.
up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarland.
Okay, let's see if you can still ride a horse. Let's make a tour of the ranch so you can get your bearings.
Come on.
Vale, eso ya nos lo explicaron de mantener X. Si vamos con el personaje. Y si se
To
fijan,
your
la
right is
estamina
the
del caballo
general
está
store.
verde.
You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken.
Now, where'd you get such an idea?
First impressions are hard to erase. That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. That's the barn over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. Giddy up! And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
Lleva el caballo hasta el poste. Vale. Cuando esté cerca de un poste, pulsa cuadrado para guardar el caballo. Solo puedes guardar un caballo a la vez. Y lo estacionamos al caballito.
The only chance you're gonna get to rest. How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston,
Miss McFarland.
remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do?
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. We'd best get moving. This is a dangerous time of night.
Carabina de repetición. Vale. Monta a caballo. Me fijé cuando tirotearon al inicio a John. Tenía un revólver dorado. Debe ser donde terminé el juego. Creo. Porque no recuerdo por qué más tendría un revólver dorado.
Keep your eyes peeled for anything suspicious.
De hecho, mira, la carabina también es dorada. A ver, un segundo. Esto recuerdo que se podía cambiar. A ver. ¿Diario? No. Informe, no. Atuendos. No, bueno, claramente podemos cambiar de ropa, ¿eh? Vamos a ir cambiando eso. Juego. No. Uf. Aquí solamente en armas me sale el, bueno, el cattleman, el cuchillo y la carabina. Pero no puedo cambiarle la apariencia. Bueno, no importa. Total, es solo visual.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team.
Insisto, no sé por qué los tengo en dorado, no recuerdo.
Look, those damn rabbits are at the crops again. Get down and give me a hand, will you? Whoa! Get your rifle out. It's about time these little thieves met their maker.
Vale, líbrate de los conejos. Ok, L2 para apuntar.
You better keep rabbits and outlaws, I see.
Como ven, tiene autoapuntado.
Shot. Nice shooting.
Sí, es dorado,
Much
¿ven?
obliged for the help. Them rabbits can be wily little critters. Let's mount up and patrol the rest of the property.
Y de hecho el revólver igual. Ah, no. El revólver ya no. No sé por qué entonces era dorado. Vale, arriba.
We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go. Come on, boy. If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Was that a coyote? Get those pests before they scare the livestock.
¡Coyore!
Let's go.
That coyote.
Vale, R3 para el Dead Eye. Ralentizar el tiempo, haciendo que sea más fácil apuntar a tus objetivos. ¿Ven? El Dead Eye es magia. Stop. Vale. No, lleva el pollo en la boca. Lleva el gallino. Dormir. Vale. La barra roja que está al lado del minimapa es la barra de Dead Eye. Shira va haciendo la barra de Dead Eye. Este se regenera.
Got
Vale.
rid of the coyote. I just wish we'd saved all the chickens. Let's go. I'll take you back to your room.
Bueno, las gallinas F. Nada que hacer.
You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
Here we are.
Ata el caballo al poste. Si te separas de tu caballo, regresará al poste que hay fuera de tu casa.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Si quieres guardar la partida, duerme en la cama. Si duermes, te levantarás 6 horas más tarde. Bueno, eso es clásico de los juegos de Rockstar. En GTA también ocurre. También puedes coger munición del baúl de la habitación. Ok, nivel actual de Dead Eye 1 de 3. Es muy útil subir el... Tenemos honor, podemos ser buenos o malos. En las tiendas, las consultas médicas y las armerías de este territorio podrás comprar nuevas armas, reabastecerte de munición o comprar potentes elixires. Es muy útil, como decía, mejorar el Dead Eye. Algunos personajes te facilitarán información valiosa sobre tu entorno en forma de mapas o periódicos. ¿Vale? Y aquí podemos cambiar los atuendos. Ah, la cama, perdón, esa es la cama. ¿Vale? Y aquí tenemos todos los que podemos obtener. Mira, tenemos el de caballero. Este atuendo distinguido te permitirá acceder a las partidas de póker de altura en Blackwater. ¿Vale? Cada uno tiene sus habilidades y tiene sus requisitos. Que son las telas, ¿ven? Tenemos que hacer ciertas cosas o comprar ciertas cosas, ¿vale? Pero vamos a ir estándar. Guardar, sí. Sí. Vale, ve en el mapa para hablar con Bonnie McFarland. Ah, qué bien, ya no es dorado el arma. No entiendo. No entiendo. ¿Ahora el revólver es dorado? Ah, no. No entiendo, ¿eh? No entiendo por qué era dorado. Bueno. Que no pasa nada, que no pasa nada. Vale. Bonnie. Buen día. Obstáculos en el camino.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in, come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only would I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I'll bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see.
Carreritas.
All right, I'll show you how we ride round these parts.
Ve el inicio de la carrera.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa there. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this.
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland.
Compite con Bonnie alrededor de McFarland's Ranch.
Let's go.
Vale, los puntos están marcados por columnas de U. El caballo igual se queja cuando lo espoleamos mucho.
I bet you're starting to regret your brave words, Miss McFarland. How you doing back there?
No. Uf, menos mal, menos mal.
Yeah!
No.
Don't go easy on me. Call yourself a
Wow.
dangerous outlaw?
Tu caballo corre más rápido en senderos. En caminos y senderos. Sí, sí.
Giddy up!
Sí, es que donde salté ahí la reja me atrasé.
You ain't getting away that easily.
Come. Should I wait for you to catch up?
Vale, caballito, no me tires. No me tires. De todas formas también, si no te fijas en el medidor, el
You
control
like
te
me to
mide.
slow down?
¡No! ¿Qué haces?
Are you saving the best for last?
No, ¿qué hiciste, caballo? Pero pasó volando, ¿eh?
Yeah.
Demasiado poder.
Easy.
Easy. No, recupera, recupera, recupera.
Go.
Recupera el aliento, amigo.
You'll have to do better than that.
Neck and neck, Miss McFarland. Jingle those spurs, Miss McFarland.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Come on.
Yeah!
Try to stay with me now. Let's go. You're lucky I'm being a gentleman.
Look
Bien. Genial.
Easy now. That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Bien, fama. Bien, tenemos 2 misiones ahora. Tenemos la de Bonnie y la M. El comisario Johnson quiere hablar contigo en Armadillo. Ve a la M en el mapa que está... No, esto era el... Era el inventario, perdón. Bueno, aquí tenemos el mapa. Aquí, de hecho, aquí abajo es México. Y aquí está Armadillo. Y incluso esta versión que me gusta mucho de estos juegos más antiguos, viene con el mapa. Viene con el mapa. No lo voy a abrir entero, pero ahí está. Western Border States. ¿Ven? Viene con el mapa entero. Ahí está de... Si se alcanza a ver. Red Dead Redemption es muy top. Viene con todo. Viene con la ubicación de los animales para la cacería. La ubicación de lugares específicos. Y por el otro lado es el mismo mapa, pero en la versión de la expansión de Undead Nightmares. Muy top. Bueno. Y acá tenemos inventario, ¿eh? Tenemos caballo de guerra, que es un caballo, ¿vale? Caballo especial castaño oscuro de crin clara. Más fuerte y rápido de lo normal. Tenemos un campamento básico y no tenemos nada. A medida que avancemos vamos a ir teniendo cositas, ¿vale? Vamos a ir juntando coleccionables, consumibles y cosas así. Esto es Armadillo, Estados Unidos.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston.
Sube al carro con Bonnie. Para subir al carro, acerca del asiento del conductor y pulsa triángulo.
You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know
Lo está
there are
rinconando,
two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response.
Clásico esos tarros, esos barriles chiquitos de leche.
I think it's
Clásico.
kind of funny I found you dying on the side of the road and now you're driving me into town.
You have a strange sense of humor.
Well, you must admit, it's an unusual start to a friendship.
I didn't realize we were friends, Miss McFarland.
Oh, please. Now who's being funny? Listen, I know that business with Williamson is your business, but I don't know. You've been good to us, and I don't think you're a bad man. A little stupid, perhaps, but not rotten. I just worry about you gallivanting around these parts like you're some kind of deranged bounty hunter. Like Paul always says, don't go waking snakes.
I appreciate your concern for us lesser mortals, Miss McFarland. I really do. And if there was any other way out, I'd take it. I can assure you of that.
Es lo que hay que hacer.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
Qué grande, Uncle. Aquí lo venimos a conocer mucho más adelante, pues casi
How well do you know New Austin?
al final.
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New Austin. The last real outlaw country, where the old ways still hold true. Do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a man right? Well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people shooting each other because they lost at cards. We'll be lucky if our ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys.
Según ella, bueno, todavía ya pasaron esas cosas, ¿eh? No lo creo.
So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Ve a la consulta del médico. Habla con el médico y compra medicina. Buen día, señor.
Hi there.
Vale, tenemos manzana, que básicamente es para el caballo, recupera la resistencia del caballo. Tenemos tabaco, recarga el Deadeye. Y tenemos la medicina. Restaura completamente tu salud. ¿Veis? Y bueno, no tenemos dinero, ¿eh? Tenemos 0. Habla con Bonnie fuera de la tienda. En tu bolsa tienes tu medicina y demás objetos consumibles. Bueno, aquí está. Ahí. Cuando nos tiroteen, pues tenemos que tomarnos un poquito. Cuando te hieran, la pantalla se irá volviendo de color rojo. Si llega a rojo oscuro, morirás.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once. And a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
Si quieres irte de armadillo, suele haber diligencias cargando y descargando tras la estación de carga. Ok. Honor más 50. Tenemos la misión. Aquí tenemos, bueno, ese icono verde, azul, que está la X ahí arriba. Es un piso franco, ahí está. Alquilar las propiedades marcadas con el icono. Lo podemos alquilar para guardar aquí, pasar la noche y tal. Y aquí está la diligencia. Una vez que hayas comprado o alquilado una propiedad, podrás guardar tu partida en ella. Cada propiedad incluye un caballo, munición extra y objetos. Y aquí tenemos, bueno, tenemos la tienda. Tenemos la armería. Ahora puedes jugar póker en varios lugares. Tenemos la tienda general, de la derecha abajo. Tenemos la armería aquí. Ahora puedes comprar nuevos objetos en las tiendas. Tenemos farmacia, el boticario. Y ahí al fondo hay un cine. Hay un proyector allá. Las diligencias podrán llevarte a muchos lugares de este territorio. Acércate a la diligencia o silba con el D-pad para que se pare y súbete a ella. ¿Ven? Ahí está el cine. Y tenemos una misión con Bonnie, pero hablar con el sheriff. La realidad política de Armadillo.
Excuse me.
Hey, you got a visitor.
Shut up, you! Now, what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them, one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come, what, you getting kicked with me, boy?
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down. You must be the man from Blackwater.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har. Dickhead.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. Whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now, I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers out near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what. Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Okay, boy. You're a persistent little cuss, ain't you?
Only when things matter.
Let's head over to the saloon.
Acompaña al comisario Johnson a la taberna.
So who are we looking for?
Bunch of 2-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walton. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But The way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
That's an interesting approach to law enforcement.
Hello.
There's the dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Pulsa arriba para silbar a tu caballo y que acuda. Mientras siga vivo, tu caballo acudirá siempre que silbes. Haga guapo. Sigue a Walton a su guarida con el comisario Johnson. No mates a Walton.
If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance?
Because that ain't how the law works.
Is that right, Marshal?
And alive, he can still talk.
Doesn't sound like he's a man to be reasoned with.
He ain't. But a few days of my hospitality and he'll be telling me what I need to know. Walton's gang's been growing fast.
Outlawing's easy money for easy work.
Cholla Springs, Gap Tooth Ridge, these boys get around. Walton's a start, but there's plenty more where he came from.
Vale, estamos cerca.
Looks like he's holed up at the old Pleasant's house. Let's hold up a minute and find a spot for our horses. Looks like we got company, boys.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Hey, yeah, you, over here.
Pulsa R1 para cubrirte o salir de la cobertura.
There's one behind the crate. Take him down.
Con el círculo recargamos. Así nos vamos moviendo en cobertura. Buen tiro. Para saltar sobre una cobertura, mueve hacia el obstáculo y pulsa R1. Vale, para las ciegas se mantiene pulsado L2 para apuntar. No, prefiero así. Estaba cubierto en un tronco cortado. Vale. Han puesto precio a Walton. Si lo capturas vivo, harás dinero. Si lo matas, perderás honor. Disparándole en las piernas. Vale.
Walton, your killing days are over. It'll be trial and the rope for you.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Bien, nuestro primer tiroteo, ¿no? Ahí decía que teníamos... o sea, que encontramos el traje. Vale, $20. Podemos saquear a los cadáveres, ¿eh? Habíamos encontrado el traje... O sea, uno de los requisitos para el traje de los forajidos. Vale, 200 de honor. Munición de arma de repetición. Entrar al menú traje la banda de Walton, ahí está. A su vez los malhechores reaccionarán positivamente si tienes poco honor. La gente honrada reaccionará negativamente. No, a mí me gusta ser buena gente. Puedes ver tu honor en las acciones estadísticas en el menú de pausa. No, a mí me gusta... Me gusta ser de los buenos, de los chidos. Vale, ¿qué decía? El comisario te ha dejado muy lejos de la civilización. Puedes viajar rápidamente a la ciudad usando la opción viajar a destino desde tu campamento. Abre tu bolsa y elige el objeto para acampar desde la opción equipo. Vale, pero... atuendos, aquí. Letal. Aquí está, banda de Walton. Porque obtuvimos la tela 4. Cobro la recompensa por un miembro vivo de la banda de Walton. ¿Vale? Ahí tenemos todos los requisitos que tenemos que hacer. Eso nos va a dar cositas, ¿vale? Vamos a ver si puedo usar el campamento. Sí. Sí, podemos. Puedes guardar la partida en cualquier lugar de la estepa. Elige campamento en tu bolsa para acampar y guardar. Vale, guardar. Vamos a guardar. Y me parece un momento perfecto para dejar este primer episodio de Red Dead Redemption hasta acá. Ya nos asentamos en lo que es Armadillo y lo que es también el rancho de Bonnie. Mira, además de permitirte guardar en los campamentos encontrarás un caballo y munición adicional si no tienes ninguna. También sirven para viajar a cualquier ciudad que hayas visitado. ¿Vale? Podemos cambiar la ropa. Y donde dice viajar a destino, pues nos movemos. Un verdadero explorador domina todos los aspectos de la estepa. Ser un buen cazador o pistolero te hará ganar fama y dinero por todo el territorio. Eso nos ayudará un montón en lo que es el videojuego en general. Podrás viajar rápidamente a los lugares habitados que has descubierto. También puedes colocar puntos intermedios en cualquier lugar del mapa y luego ir al camino más cercano. Vamos a ver si nos explica más. Vale, parece que no. Pues bueno, gente, como dije, vamos a ir dejando el primer episodio de este Red Dead Redemption hasta acá. Un placer enorme volver a lo que es esta saga. Es un videojuego que le tengo mucho cariño. Lo jugué hace bueno, como dije al inicio, el 2021. Pero yo lo había jugado hace un montón de tiempo ya en PS3. Creo que lo jugué por allá por el 2012, 13 por ahí. Y es un juegazo, es un juego increíble, es de los top. Y pues un placer poder compartir esta increíble aventura, la historia de John Marston con todos ustedes. Como siempre, gracias por la compañía, gracias por gastar un poquito de su tiempo por aquí en el canal. Espero se lo hayan pasado bien y como siempre abajo un comentario si así lo desean. Darle un buen like al vídeo si que les gusta, siempre se agradece. Si no me dejan su dislike, que para eso está. Y los dejo totalmente invitados a continuar el viaje de John Marston por aquí en el canal. Saludos a todos, cuídense. Adiós.